Hi, my name is Kyle Jones, and I am attending Northeastern University to study biochemistry on the pre-med track. I'm the oldest in a family of 4 kids, 2 dogs, and the cutest cat out there, and we live in Easton, Pennsylvania. My decision to attend Northeastern was one out of luck. When I was applying to colleges, I had only applied to 4, and I told my mom about my worry of not applying to more schools. She agreed, but she also reminded me of the cost of each application. That night on the same day, I opened a letter from Northeastern stating that they were waiving my application fee, and I immediately applied. After admission decisions came out, Northeastern was my best option, and the NUin program really sold the deal for me. In the NUin program, we are able to explore other countries and develop an understanding of the world around us. I have never visited another country besides a cruise to the Bahamas, so this was really exciting to me as I want to travel the world, and this opportunity combines school with exploration. Options for the location this year were Montreal, London, and Dublin. I wanted to go to Montreal, but the college Northeastern is affiliated with did not offer courses for the biochemistry majors. I felt as though I would visit London in the future as it's a popular vacation spot, so I set my eyes on Dublin. Before leaving home, I did not have any fears about going to another country alone for the first time, but when the day of the flight came, I began to feel worrisome. There's a fear of having to figure everything out on my own and not have parental protection in the real world. However, I got over this, and the NUin community has become a closely knit group that helps each other with any questions we have. We've all freshened up our cooking skills and developed a daily routine. Well, as much as possible in college anyway. Strong friend groups have also been built, such as mine with 7 other people, which we have deemed the squad. Upon arrival, it was rather hectic as we were all meeting our new roommates and peers while at the same time trying to move our lives into an apartment. Quarantine for 2 weeks was a bit challenging as we were all excited to explore Dublin. During quarantine, we took a few walks to Sandy Mouse Strand, a beach area of Dublin. It has been interesting and fun to practice my cooking skills, as well as live off of quesadillas for a few days. It took a bit of time to get accustomed to the way things work around here, such as phone plans, ordering food, getting packages, and more. However, we took time to learn it and became quickly familiar with everything Dublin has to offer. Online school can be difficult, so it's important that each student creates a plan to get their work done for the week. Using an agenda and writing out all the assignments I have for the week is very helpful and keeps me from being overwhelmed. We also went to the science building nearly every day to do homework, essentially becoming our other home away from home. Despite doing schoolwork, going to Dublin for my first semester has been incredible thus far. I have seen some of the most beautiful sights in Dublin despite lockdown restrictions. There are a plethora of restaurants to choose from, and each one is delicious. We have visited beautiful coastal towns in Dublin, been to a massive park with many deer, and have purchased food from local vendors. We have also been to various small cafes in Center City, Dublin, and strolled on Grafton Street with live music playing behind us. One of the trips we went on was to Dunleary, a beautiful coastal town in Dublin County. Here we got some iconic ice cream and walked along a path leading to a lighthouse. We got fresh fish and chips from a vendor on the path and took in the gorgeous views of the bay. We even came back a few weeks later and took a dip in the swimming area of Dunleary in the middle of December. Another one of our trips was to Howth to take a hike. This is another scenic area of Dublin, and we were able to get a great view of all of Dublin and the blue Atlantic. The tour guide on the hike showed us a magnificent forest area that an influential Irishman had erected by bringing in various plants from around the world, which led to a diverse and enchanting hike. In order to get acquainted with all that Dublin has to offer, NUin sponsored a guided tour of downtown Dublin. The guide showed us various places in Dublin to go for all types of fun, such as the best restaurants and things to see. Besides NUin sponsored programs, my friends and I have had the opportunity to see and taste much of Dublin. We went to an excellent Greek restaurant where Christina's gloves had been swiped off the table momentarily. The other guys and I confronted the robbers and got her gloves back. When we came back, we were congratulated by the waitress and she taught us a traditional Greek dance. Quite a night. We also biked to another lighthouse near Sandy Mouse Strand, which had great views and a gorgeous sunset. My friends and I also took a hike at Ticknock Mountain in the pouring rain and cold to build character. Thankfully, when we reached the top, the rain stopped and the sun was out and we saw an expansive view of Dublin. We also almost got blown off the mountain by the wind, but that was for character too, of course. My friends and I also took a dip in the Dublin Bay. The water was 57 degrees Fahrenheit and my entire body was tingling, but it was still very fun and a unique moment in my time here. After freezing a bit in the water, we went to the Guinness storehouse and learned about how the iconic Irish beer is made. The storehouse is massive and very well decorated. The following day, NUin sponsored a kayaking trip in Dunleary, and it was incredible. I was about 5 feet from seals about 15 times, and also saw wild goats on an island that we kayaked to. It was also my first time putting on a wetsuit, which was an adventure in itself. In order to become more involved in the NUin program, I joined Community Council, which plans and organizes events for the NUin community. Over the course of the semester, my definition of resilience has changed quite a bit. Before, resilience simply meant getting back up after being put down by some setback. However, I now realize we express resilience every day, especially in a pandemic. For me, my resilience has been setting up a daily schedule and organizing my plans despite having hardly any synchronous online classes. For some, being able to skip class and watch the online lecture later whenever he or she wants sounds like a dream. However, for me, I need the structure that comes with classes and schedules, so I established my own schedule to follow, which allows me to stay more sane in a place where the sun is up for about 30 minutes a day. Resilience also plays a role when it comes to trying to have fun in a pandemic. By organizing COVID-friendly events in Community Council and in my own friend group, I have been able to make the semester feel more normal than if I had simply sulked about not being able to do everything I wanted to. This has helped expand my creativity and problem-solving skills. In general, resilience does not simply mean getting back up after a setback. It also means being able to overcome and adapt to various situations we face every day. Overall, even with lockdown, the NUin Dublin experience is something I will never forget and has taught me a lot about how to be a true adult. From cooking and cleaning without having to be told, to having to establish my own schedule, to managing time and money, I have seen how the real world operates. However, this trip has not just been about being an adult. The NUin Dublin trip has allowed me to see some of the most beautiful sights in the world, taste delicious food, and experience a new culture. In sum, I have grown as a person, found friends for life, and went on many adventures, all the while in a pandemic.